Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is April the 22nd, 2025. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw was interesting. This was the Raw after WrestleMania. All crazy things happened, surprises, and stuff like that. We did get a surprise. We got two returns to the WWE, and we have a new team, a new tag team. I don't know it's a tag team, but it's a new team. It's a new alliance that happened here. Gunther is angry. Oh, let's see what we should start first. I guess we should start with a return. New Day came out to celebrate their win for the World Tag Team titles, saying they're the best tag team in the WWE, and they said you should thank God for the New Day. But they got interrupted by the Alpha Academy. I don't know why they were coming out. But Maxine Dupree mentioned and remind the New Day the last time you fought the Alpha Academy, they beat you in 60 seconds. They said you should put your shiny titles on the line tonight. But the New Day said no, but they called, I forget what they called them. But I think Maxine just called them chickens, and they were saying they're not chickens, and then they were about to put the titles on the line. They accepted the match, and the referee got in the ring. They rang the bell until the lights went out. And ladies and gentlemen, the returning of Rusev Day. Rusev comes out, and he comes in the ring, and he destroys Alpha Academy, and the New Day runs away because they don't want to be part of that. Oh man, Rusev is back in the WWE. He destroys Alpha Academy. Let's see what else this guy could do. He couldn't do anything in AEW. He won the TNT title, but I think his United States Championship reign was a little better than that. He act like he's a real champion. They gave him a white strap for the TNT title. That wasn't really a cool title looking. I think there was purple in there too. Rusev made his return. Congrats for Rusev. And we heard that Lana had she signed a Legends contract, so she could come back sometime in the WWE. We don't know when. She didn't come back this week, but she could come back and maybe be Rusev's manager again. I believe they're still married. I know they had their problems before, but I think they're still married. Well, ladies and gentlemen, almost at the end of the show, we have Gunther was getting mad. He was yelling at everybody on commercial, and at the commercial, he was yelling at the commentary people and saying, you got something to say. Michael Cole says, I'm just doing my job. He says, why are you mad at us? I'm just doing my job. And then Michael Cole stand up. I think that's a bad idea, trying to be a tough guy to Gunther. And then he said to Gunther, I'm not the one that tapped out at WrestleMania. And then you see Gunther trying to get in the face of Michael Cole. Pat McAfee trying to hold him back. But Gunther shoved Pat McAfee right into his chair. And then he grabs Michael Cole and chokes him out. He didn't choke him out long because Pat McAfee, he struck Mr. Gunther to save Michael Cole. And then there's a whole bunch of personnel and a whole bunch of people are trying to stop this. But Pat McAfee says, I'm done. He was about to walk away and go back to his desk until Gunther storms right at Pat McAfee and chokes him out. And nobody could get Gunther off of Pat McAfee. We got Pat McAfee's guys from the Pat McAfee's show. They're trying to get in there, but the personnel are trying to stop them. And you see Gunther trying to destroy Pat McAfee. The guy his face was turning red. And when they did get Gunther off, Gunther walked away. And then everybody takes Pat McAfee to the trainer's office. And when they did get there, Michael Cole was about to do his job, but Adam Pearce told Michael Cole, how about you have the rest of the night off? Because he might have broken Michael Cole's nose. But Michael said no. He wants to do his job. He's not going to let a bully ruin that for him. And he even asked Adam Pearce, how am I going to do my job if I can't tell my opinion and what I got some things to say and then I'm going to get attacked? Well, nobody knows what you want to do about that. So Michael Cole says, I am not taking a night off, the rest of the night off. I'm going to do my job. So that's what he did. And Joe Tessitore was there as well to replace Pat McAfee because he got more injured than Michael Cole did because Michael Cole wasn't really getting choked out that long because Pat McAfee saved him. I guess we get to the first segment of the show. We got John Cena, and he told us how is he going to ruin wrestling for everybody. He says that we had 36 days left of the days that appearances of John Cena. And he named all of them, the UK tour, when he was at Toronto for Money in the Bank, all of those stuff. Now we got 27 more days until he leaves. His last appearances in the WWE. So he says that's the only way to do it. That's the way I'm going to do it. So he's going to count down his appearances. And he says, I don't have to wrestle. You guys say I can't wrestle, but he doesn't have to wrestle. He's going to, all he has to do is appear on shows, and then the number go down. And he says, and then he asked the fans to take out their phones out, their cameras, and take a picture of the last real champion. And ladies and gentlemen, while he was doing that, somebody was behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, John Cena turned around, and he just got RKO'd by Randy Orton. So it looks like Randy Orton might be getting a shot for the undisputed WWE title in his hometown, St. Louis, at Backlash. He needs something, right? He needs something to be in his hometown. And we get that rivalry between Randy Orton and John Cena again. But it's going to be weird that John Cena is going to be the heel of this rivalry, and Randy Orton is the good guy of the rivalry. Most of the times that they wrestled back in the day, John Cena was the good guy, and Randy Orton was the bad guy. So it's going to be weird that they switched roles now. That Cena's the bad guy, Randy Orton's the good guy. So yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing. Ladies and gentlemen, first match of the evening, we got 2 titles. We only have 3 matches because they had celebrations. We heard from Jey Uso. Sami Zayn came back to congrats Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso came out to celebrate with Jey Uso. We heard from Io Sky. Who else is a new champion? Dominic is in the match. I forgot who else is a new team. We already talking about New Day. First match of the evening, we got the women's tag team titles on the line. Interesting. Becky Lynch has won the titles, and now she hasn't defended. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lara Valkyria and Becky Lynch for the women's tag team titles. I thought it was a pretty decent match. It was pretty good. But the winner of that match and your new women's tag team champions, 4-time tag team champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. They're the tag team champions again. But you see Becky Lynch trying to help up Lara Valkyria. They hug it out until Becky Lynch attacked Lara Valkyria. Why? I have no idea. And then she's doing multiple manhandle slams onto Lara Valkyria. You came back. I don't think your daughter wants to see you beat up the... Didn't they just had a press conference last night? And Laura and your daughter was like friends or something like that? And now she's going to watch you beat up her friend. What the heck? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Becky Lynch just turned heel. We got Io Sky coming out to celebrate her win at the Women's World Title Triple Threat match against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. She's happy. She is the Women's World Champion. Now she doesn't have to be like an afterthought for Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. They didn't care about Io Sky. They think they could beat up Io Sky at WrestleMania. Didn't work out so well, didn't it? So, Io Sky comes out and said a whole bunch of things. And then NXT's Women's Champion came out, as well as Stephanie McCurry came out. And she wants to fight the best. And she wants to have a match with Io Sky. And Io Sky accepted the match. It was a pretty decent match between Stephanie McCurry and Io Sky. But, ladies and gentlemen, I believe Io Sky, or it was a no contest, has happened because, ladies and gentlemen, Roxanne Perez attacked Io Sky. And then out of nowhere, Julia came out and attacked Stephanie McCurry. Is there an alliance with Roxanne Perez and Julia? Because they looked at each other and then they ran to Io Sky and Stephanie McCurry and started attacking them. Like, are they a teammate now? So they were attacking Io Sky and Roxanne, Stephanie McCurry, and then here comes Rhea Ripley for the save, attacking Julia. Well, she attacked Roxanne, and then they had to stare down between Julia and Rhea Ripley. Everybody wants this match, and Julia just rolled out. And Rhea Ripley tried to give the title back to Io Sky, the Women's World Title, back to Io Sky, but she wouldn't let go, and she told Io that I'm coming for this. Don't worry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was interesting. We got a couple of NXT stars showing up, and Julia, I don't know if she's a heel or she just wants the title. I have no idea. And she was working with Roxanne. And we heard that Roxanne Perez will have a shot at the Women's Championship tonight. Well, we have Dominic Mysterio versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. I guess because Penta did not get pinned, he gets a title shot. But you see in the eyes of Finn Balor, he's not happy that Dominic is the champion. He's not happy. He tried to act like he's happy. He congrats his brother and all that stuff. But he doesn't look like he's happy because he didn't win at WrestleMania. Dominic did. He called him a loser before. Remember that? Before WrestleMania, you call him a loser. Says you can't do it. Oh, so now he kind of got proved wrong. So Dominic it was an okay match. Penta was doing a good job. Dominic was doing a good job. Everybody was doing a good job. Of course, when Dominic got hurt, he was not hurt. He was not injured. But he rolled out the ring and he told Finn, help me out. And Finn was trying to help him out until Penta did a hurricanrana outside the ring, right into Dominic's legs. And then out of nowhere, the referee got distracted by Carlito. And then JD Madonna comes out. He makes his return and it throws off Penta off the turnbuckle, and then Dominic Mysterio wins with a 619 and a Frog Splash. He retains his first Intercontinental Championship, and Finn does understand what happened. Well, we got Seth Rollins coming out. We were hoping that we get some answers, but we didn't get some answers. He just said he was a visionary, things like that. Seth freaking Rollins, and you just see Paul Heyman staring down Seth Rollins weird. Why does he do that every time when he looks at when he has a client? He stares them down like a weirdo. Like, seriously, he did it with CM Punk. He did it with Brock Lesnar. He did it with Roman Reigns. Can you stop looking like that? I think he did it with Curtis Axel as well. And Ryback. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But Seth Rollins was about to talk until CM Punk came out and interrupted, and we had a brawl between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. When CM Punk knocked out Seth Rollins for a bit, he got in the face of Paul Heyman. He grabbed him, but Seth Rollins saved him, and he did a stomp. And the show was supposed to end, but it didn't end. Paul Heyman said a whole bunch of things. I don't even know what he's trying to say. I think they're going to try to do more things on SmackDown. I have no idea. But they got interrupted by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns spears Seth Rollins, and he did a Superman punch on Paul Heyman. He was about to spear Paul Heyman until a guy in a hoodie speared Roman Reigns. And the person that's in the hoodie was Braun Breaker. And we had a stare down between Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. But Braun Breaker speared CM Punk and saved Seth Rollins. And then you just saw Seth Rollins hugging Braun Breaker. He's part of this thing now. And you see Braun Breaker spearing Roman Reigns through a barricade. And then Seth Rollins with the stomp on both CM Punk and on Roman Reigns. And I'm guessing this is a new alliance, a new team. With Paul Heyman. With two Paul Heyman guys. And my prediction is at Backlash, it might be CM Punk and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. That's what I think. I could be wrong. I don't know what they're thinking. But I think it's an interesting tag team, or whatever you call it. I say it's a tag team, because it's only two people. Paul Heyman is not going to win the tag titles. But it's an interesting team. It's a different, interesting alliance. Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman. Yeah, it's like the same thing as Curtis Axel and Ryback, but maybe a little more better, more athletic. Curtis Axel was athletic, but Ryback was just a big guy. Braun Breaker actually has the speed, he has the strength, he has almost everything, but he's a big guy, but he has everything. Ryback didn't have everything. He only has strength. But, yeah, this is going to be interesting. We will see what happens next. It was an interesting Raw after WrestleMania. We got some surprises. We got returns like JD, Rusev. We got Becky Lynch turning heel. We got new champions. There was some surprises. Not every surprise has to be a return or a debut. I was hoping we get more of that, but we got two returns. And I can't say we got a debut because Rusev did not debut, he returned. But I'm happy that Rusev came back really fast, and he didn't have a video package, so we didn't know when he's coming back. When will he come back? Will we have to wait until a video package for him to show up? Because that's what we did with Ray Phoenix, that's what we're doing with Aleister Black on SmackDown, and that's what we did with Penta. We waited with the video packages. So we don't know. I didn't know about Rusev. Do we have to wait for a video package? But we have all the guys that signed with WWE is going to make the return or debuts. We got more to say. Machine Guns. We got Penta. We got Phoenix. We got Rusev now, and Aleister Black is supposed to be coming this Friday on SmackDown. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT results. This weekend is still, there's another show happening. We got Rebellion. Joe Hendry comes to WrestleMania, and now he's going to go Rebellion to defend his title in the triple threat match against Ethan Page and Frankie Kazarian. So that's interesting. And a whole bunch of NXT stars are going to be wrestling on TNA Impact tonight. Ethan Page, I think he's teams up with Frankie Kazarian to versus Elijah and Joe Hendry. And I know Rosemary faces JC Jane. That's who it was. I didn't know what I was trying to say there. But, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of things is happening in the wrestling world. AAA got purchased by WWE, and now we have Worlds Collide coming up in June 7th. So we got two shows that's happening in June 7th. In the afternoon, you got the Worlds Collide, like Stain and Deliver did. And at nighttime, we got Money in the Bank. So, big Saturday right there. on June 7th. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But what else we have? What else? Well, a lot of news happened here. A lot of things happened. We all hope Pat McAfee's okay. He looks like he was about to puke. He was trying to get some air in his lungs. The guy didn't deserve that. And I'm hoping that Adam Pearce actually do something with Gunther. And let's see who's going to be Jey Uso's first feud as a champion, as a world champion. And remember, we need to see how good he does the yeet things. That's good. The fans going nuts for that. But he needs a good run as a champion. Because every time they do it, first time world champion, some of them don't really work out so well. So I'm hoping they fix this one. But that's all for today. Time is out. See you guys tomorrow. Time is out. Bye.